Welcome to the Bookkeeping for Farmers using QuickBooks video series. This video was developed by the Center for Land-Based Learning with funding and support from California FarmLink and USDA Risk Management Agency. In this video, we will take an in-depth look at the expense accounts in the model chart of accounts developed specifically for a diversified small farm. Our expense accounts are subdivided into administration costs, farming costs, and marketing costs. Under administration, we log expenses that we incur for overhead type costs, that is, for expenses that are not related to growing or selling the crop. Farming costs are expenses directly related to growing the crops. Marketing costs are expenses directly related to selling the crops. Let's talk about the expenses listed under administration costs. Bank charges are fees the bank charges you to have a business checking account. Examples of books and subscription costs are a book on growing organic olives or a subscription to the magazine Organic Farming. Conferences and education is for money you spend on, for example, a class on irrigation or a conference on financing. The insurance account is for money spent on farm insurance to cover your farm and equipment, general liability, or umbrella policy. The account interest is for interest on a line of credit or finance charges paid on a business expense you charged to a credit card. Membership fees is an account reserved for payments made to a professional association like CAF, Community Alliance with Family Farmers. But your dues to CCOF do not go in this account because your organic certification is part of your marketing costs. Office supplies and expenses is for money spent on supplies like paper, stamps, pens, a stapler, etc. Professional services is an account reserved for payments to your bookkeeper, your accountant, or your attorney, but not a soil consultant. That is an expense directly related to farming. It will go under farming costs. Payroll service is for payments made to the company that processes your payroll, like QuickBooks or ADP or Paychex. Administrative payroll is an account in which you track your payroll expenses for your administrative or office staff, like your on-staff bookkeeper or your office manager. Administrative payroll taxes is for payroll taxes paid for the administrative staff mentioned above. Depreciation and amortization is to track the yearly depreciation expenses allowed on capital assets. Now let's talk about expenses categorized under farming costs. Land rent is self-explanatory. It is your rent paid on your land or property. On-farm fuel is for fuel for your tractor, your gator, your golf cart. In other words, fuel used on the land to grow your crops, not fuel to deliver your crops. Custom hire is when you hire someone to disc your field or deep rip your orchard or graft your trees. Equipment rental is an account reserved for rental of equipment that you do not own yourself, like maybe a tractor or a special sprayer or harvester, but that you operate yourself. Otherwise, if the equipment comes with a driver, it should go under custom hire. Repairs and maintenance is for expenses associated with maintaining your equipment in good order, like tuning up your tractor, buying replacement parts, motor oil, etc. Seeds and plants purchased is for exactly that, but not trees, which are capital assets because of their long lifespan. Soil amendments is for things like compost or lime or gypsum. Advice and testing is for expenses incurred to have your soil or leaves tested for nutrients, or for experts who you hire to give you advice on your soil or your crops. Replacement animals is for purchases of livestock to keep your herd the same size if you lost some animals. If you're adding animals to your herd and therefore increasing its size, then the additional animals are considered a capital asset. You have a few different choices for how to account for livestock, which is more complex than is reflected in this chart of accounts. Please refer to IRS Publication 225, Farmer's Tax Guide, for more information. Feed is for animal feed like hay or grains. Veterinary and animal health is for vet costs, but also for vaccinations or for dewormer, etc. Hand tools is for small, inexpensive tools that you use for farming, like shovels, trowels, knives, etc. Irrigation supplies is for expenses like drip tape, drip connectors, emitters, etc. that have a short lifespan. A batch of aluminum irrigation pipe that you use for many years is instead a capital asset. Waste disposal is for trash pickup or dump runs. Chemicals is for sprays and oils like copper or lime sulfur. Supplies is for all miscellaneous supplies like twist ties or crates used to transport crops, or Clorox used to disinfect processing surfaces, or rubber gloves, padlocks and keys, etc. Water costs is for money paid on water to irrigate your crops. If you have a well that uses electricity to pump water, you would log your well's electric bill here. Farming payroll expense is for payroll costs for farm labor to grow or raise crops or animals. Farming payroll taxes is for payroll taxes on the payroll expenses above. Finally, let's talk about expenses under marketing costs. Marketing supplies is an account for expenses incurred while selling your crops, like boxes or produce bags or a dry erase board for a sign at a farmer's market. Meals and entertainment is for meals eaten during a business meeting or to take a client out to dinner to discuss the sale of your products. Off-farm gas is for fuel used to transport your crops to market. Organic certification costs are tracked here under marketing costs because the organic certification is a good marketing strategy that allows you to command a higher price for your products. Promotion is for costs incurred while promoting your products, for example, for printing a business card or coupons or flyers. Marketing utilities are, for example, your cooler costs, your electric bill for the barn where you do your post-harvest handling, or utilities at your farm stand. Basic processing is for costs incurred after the product is grown, like for roasting and salting your pistachio crop, or for pasteurizing your almonds. Cut and wrap is for costs incurred for slaughter and packaging of your meat animals. Supplements is an account to track purchases of supplemental products you buy for sale. For example, if you buy product from a neighboring farm because your crop failed that year, or you do not have enough of a crop to cover an order and keep the client happy. As long as this is just an occasional occurrence, it can be tracked here. If you buy all your products and then resell them, you are not a farmer, and this is not the right chart of accounts for you. Square expenses is for any expense incurred for payment services like Square, PayPal, or Venmo, or for credit card fees charged to you as a vendor. They do not go under bank charges in administration because they're directly related to selling your crops. Marketing payroll expenses are for your payroll for your sales reps at your farmer's market or farm stand or your delivery drivers. Marketing payroll taxes are for payroll taxes on the payroll expenses above. In the next video, we will show you how to import and modify this chart of accounts.